Crypto kids, if you're watching this video, then there's a chance that you're still early. Now, if this video is published 24 hours after you're watching it, things could already be too late. So if you have this chance where you're watching it before 24 hours of publishing, then you're in for a treat because the price of Bitcoin is still valued at $0.09 million per coin. But tomorrow, with the crypto summit, that could change entirely. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure to subscribe, stay tuned until the end. And this is pretty cool. My friend Lena, she just sent me a sweatshirt and a t-shirt with this Bitcoin logo on it. Now, if you recognize what this sweatshirt or hoodie is, then let me know in the comment section down below, because I have a feeling that you guys know who I'm talking about. And this is the hint. Let me see if I can find it. There you go. I know this one. So this guy is the hint. Let me know in the comments where you think this hoodie is from. But let's go into the price of Bitcoin. Then I have some breaking news and also a couple of important things to mention prior to tomorrow. Some coins that I'm buying, a couple of things that I'm doing in preparation for tomorrow's stream of the Crypto Summit, which will be taking place at the Moonshow channel. It's going to be a 5-hour-long stream from 10:30 p.m. Dubai time to around 3 a.m. Dubai time. So that's going to be the most important stream that we've done ever. And I have a feeling that it's going to be some of the most volatile price action for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies too. So don't miss out on that. Tomorrow is the day to be watching out for cryptocurrencies. I'm still not jumping into any long positions, although tomorrow, I'm in a small position, like I mentioned yesterday, because Cantor Fitzgerald, CEO Howard Lutnick, also the Secretary of Commerce, said that we're going to be getting the strategic reserve announcement in the sense of how we're going to do it and how the US is going to be approaching it. If you guys remember, the executive order for the working group, which David Sachs leads, the AI and cryptos are, the executive order said that the working group is going to create a report on how this strategy or this reserve would be created and reported back to Trump by June of this year. So I still believe that June is the deadline for when things are really going to take off, and that tomorrow will just be a path forward kind of speech and what they're planning to do. And that alone is enough to pump the markets, in my opinion, not astronomically. Like a lot of people are thinking that Bitcoin is going to go to 130, 140 tomorrow. No, I don't think that's going to happen. But what I do believe can happen is we get a very nice breakout above this trend line. So if you want to enter trades already in preparation of a potential breakout, if you're a massive, massive degen, then you can go to the links down in the description below of today's video if you want to be preparing yourself for a potential long position, which I would set up like this. I have a very small degen position that I opened yesterday, which I told you about, still open. But this is the sort of trade that I would be setting up, right? Leverage, I would minimize here, like maybe maximum 3 to 4x leverage, because the risk is 4%. And if you times that by 4 or 5, then you're gonna get around a 20% loss if this trade doesn't work out. Again, tomorrow is gonna be super volatile. There's a chance you get stopped out. That's why I would be personally taking a break on the leverage. But if you win, that's going to be a 14% win just on Bitcoin alone. And if you do 5x leverage there, quick math, 15, 30, 45, it's gonna be a cool trade. Guys, I'm fasting, so no water. That means no water, no drinking until iftar. And that's why my brain isn't working 100%. So apologies if I can't do quick math right now here with you. But yeah, it would be a very nice trade if you want to set it up. Again, links are down below. If you don't know how to trade, then also I have a video in the description where you can learn how to use a cryptocurrency exchange and trade. I think it's a pretty important skill to have. That's the trade that I would be setting up. We've bounced up from the 200 daily moving average once again, which is super bullish. And that level is usually a good buy the dip. It's also a good level of support and resistance. If you go to, we have to stay on the daily time frame, but if you zoom out, you can see once that was cleared from, the couple of, because you need a couple of candles, right, to break above or below a 200-day moving average or any moving average on the daily time frame specifically, you need to have a couple of candles closing significantly above it. So these breaks don't really count, right? So when you broke above here with these confirmations, you went up higher. When you broke above here with those confirmations, Bitcoin went all the way from 60 to 100 or so $1,000. Same thing happened back in October of 2 years ago now. That's crazy. And then you found support here, which you bounced all the way to $25,000. Then in March of 2022, you found resistance, and then you got rejected into a massive bear market. So the thing is, we're still in a macro bullish trend. Bitcoin should still see at least one more leg towards the upside before facing potentially a consolidation where you trend higher and then you come down into a bear market. That is going to likely happen by the end of this year. So don't think that we're entering super cycle now. That could change if the US does sign the bill to consistently buy Bitcoin, which Senator Cynthia Lummis has introduced. So that could change if that happens, but the likelihood of that bill getting passed how it is pretty unlikely. But I think there will be something that does get passed, and the US will somehow buy Bitcoin. And I'll talk about how I think that's going to happen in just a few short minutes. So when we look at the chart also, we see two massive hammer reversal candles. That shows huge exhaustion in the price. So if you're like considering to buy Bitcoin, then these two hammer candles are a wonderful signal to show you that the market is probably bottoming out. When you go back to April 2024, you can see those exhaustion candles, and then Bitcoin at least slightly pushes further towards the upside. I'm trying to see if there's any other time in history where Bitcoin really does that. I mean, here is a very good example: multiple reversal candles back to back at the $30,000 range before you continue pushing further in the 2021 bull market. I think that's the best sort of example which I have, and I think it's a pretty viable one. So those reversal candles are pretty good and they should be trusted. And then you go to the breaking news. We have the Belarus president saying that they're going to be mining Bitcoin and crypto with the excess energy which they have in the country, which will stabilize power grids, and it will give them a way to convert direct energy into monetary energy. You're converting literal electricity or any sort of other chemical energy, and you're converting it into Bitcoin. That's the first, I mean, it's the first ever way in human history where you can convert direct energy into monetary energy. So that's with Bitcoin, which is incredible. And then Saylor yesterday, when you go to Michael Saylor, hint, hoodie, he was very happy yesterday over on a Fox News interview. And whenever we see this guy this happy, I think, he probably knows something that we don't, and he's going to be attending tomorrow. And he's probably ready for a massive pump, which is cool. There was a cool bill introduced called End the Fed, which will allow the US dollar to, well, in fact, the Federal Reserve to be abolished and the money printing to stop. That's a pretty good sign. And eventually, Bitcoin, I think, is going to be one of the currencies that end up backing the United States dollar. We have the US Sovereign Wealth Fund also coming to fruition if the US doesn't buy Bitcoin through the SPR. Then I think the Sovereign Wealth Fund is probably going to be the way of which they accumulate Bitcoin. And in the sidelines, there is a rumor, which David Bailey confirmed, that China is also building their own strategic Bitcoin reserve. Obviously, there's no full confirmation, but I think it is probably viable that they're trying to compete with the US. So it would make sense. And after the US does this, you need to understand that multiple nations will jump into it and also want to add Bitcoin to their balance sheets. This was kind of an unfortunate news. In the morning today, we had a wallet which has 12,000 Bitcoins worth over $1 billion over on Mt. Gox transfer their Bitcoin away. That could signal that they're trying to sell, but it's nothing to be so concerned about. If they do sell, then yes, the market will probably consolidate. But I mean, Bitcoin is mature enough to absorb a $1 billion drop in selling pressure. The max you would probably see a drop is 3 to 4%. So nothing to be very concerned about, and it's not guaranteed they're going to be selling. The Trump administration, right? They own, or the Trumps own, World Realty Financial, and today they deployed 10 million into Ethereum, 10 million into W Bitcoin, which is wrapped Bitcoin. It's basically Bitcoin, but you can use it on EVM, Ethereum EVM. And they bought $1.5 million of Move. Now, if you want to prepare for tomorrow, I would look into buying these three coins, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Move. You can do so on Bybit. Link is down in the description below. Those are the coins that, I mean, come on, why would they be doing this a day before, right? It just doesn't make sense. When you go to the list of approved people joining the summit tomorrow, you're going to see, so these are the coins that I'm buying: XRP, Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, Ondo Finance, and Bitcoin, because the list of, this is the official one, right? Everything that you see on X is fake. This is the true confirmed list of the attendees tomorrow. We have the CEO of Robinhood, Kraken CEO, Michael Saylor, Brian Armstrong, co-founder of Chainlink. So I think Link is an unbelievable buy. When we go to the price of Link, this will probably make you a lot of money. I mean, we're super undervalued with Chainlink. It's kind of funny how much undervalued we are. Look at those beautiful hammer reversal candles. This is the time to be accumulating Chainlink, guys. If you're not buying Chainlink, then I don't know what you're doing. So Chainlink is definitely one to be buying. And then Multicoin, which I have no idea what it is. It's a venture capital fund. It's not a coin. And then World Liberty Financial, Paradigm, and Bitcoin Magazine. So nobody else is confirmed to attend. And I think Chainlink being there, but Charles Hoskinson not being there so far is pretty interesting, and it makes Chainlink an even better play, a much more undervalued play. And Michael Saylor is predicting that if the US does pass the strategic reserve bill, then they could be acquiring 1 million Bitcoin into their reserves, which is unbelievable. ETFs, if you go to cryptokit.com, go to ETF flows, you can see the ETF tracker and explanation into what ETFs are, and so on and so forth. When you go to the ETFs, they've been selling this week. We had one day of 94 million, but I have a feeling that tomorrow, or in fact Monday when we see the results, Monday could be a massive inflow day for the ETFs. Guys and girls, with that said, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day tomorrow. Again, we're going to be streaming live. It's going to be an incredible stream and a very volatile stream. So try to DC into some of those coins and sit back, relax, and watch our live show. With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all on the next video very soon. Take care, guys, and as always, bye-bye.